Hi everyone. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I, Miss Sport, and Lial have been doing our slides throughout the year and how we're utilizing that now with online learning. Okay, so we do everything in Google Drive at Lial. It's been super helpful and it's really easy to share within people instead of having to email huge files. So when you go to drive.google.com, this is what will show up. This is your home screen. It will show you your recents and then all your folders and all your files. All right, so this is what mine looks like. Now to create a new document in your drive, all you need to do is hit new and you're gonna go to whatever type you want. So I'm gonna show you how to do Google Slides. So when you click it, it will pop it open in a new window. Alternatively, you can go to slides.google.com and it will allow you to make a new one from there as well that will automatically save in your drive. So this is what first pops up. Now, just like when you have PowerPoint in on your computer with Microsoft, it's very similar. I love it that because they're so similar. It's not completely different. So when you open it, this is what it's going to look like. You're automatically going to get the simple white PowerPoint like you would get when you just open PowerPoint. And over here are all your themes. They have quite a few, and you just need to play around and figure out which ones you like the best. So I'm going to click blue and gold, and it's going to change them. You can exit this, and it will allow you to get the full screen. Now, if you decide later when you've maybe made another slide and you don't like how the background looks, or you don't like all the layouts, you can go back to theme and you can change it and it will apply to all the slides. Super easy. All right, so let's go back to our home slide. Now, at Liao, we on every presentation have a welcome slide just to kind of go over our warm up and our objectives for the day. Now that we're in online learning, I like to keep that continuity for the kids so it's something really familiar and they're already used to what it looks like and it's not so foreign. I created these at the beginning of the year and they are saved as like image files on my drive. And I have them all copied in a folder on the grade 7 shared grade 7 shared drive that Rubina's made for us under agenda slides if you want to use them as well. So to insert a picture, you're going to go to insert an image. Now you have options of where you're going to find the picture. If you have it saved on your computer as just a regular file, you can do that. You can search the web. I've never tried that and I don't really suggest it. And then you have down here. So you can go to camera if you want to take a picture of yourself. You do URL if you found it and you've copied the image address. I'm going to go to drive because mine are saved in my drive. Okay, and so these are your recents, all your photos that come up. So there's my cat, and then I have some yearbook photos that I had uploaded before all this. And then here are my agenda slides. You can click on it and it will bring up insert, or you can just double click and it will automatically insert. Now that you have that, you're like, okay, well, it's a picture. I can't really type on a photo. You're going to hit text box and you can add a text box on top of it. So it looks like you've made a new agenda slide every single day, but really you just have the template and you're just altering the text that's on top of it. So during this shutdown, and we're only doing weekly assignments, I like to put the days of the week that this assignment is for. So if we're going to do this week, so March 23rd through March 27th, just so the kids know which week they're looking at. You can change the font size up here. 20 seems to always work really well for me. Okay. Now you can add where I normally would put our warm-up question. I'm now going to just put a quick message. You can recopy your instructions here that you've, when you added the assignment in Google Classroom, you have the spot for instructions. You can re-add the instructions here, or you can make a new note. So I'm going to put just a quick note. So hi friends, and then you can type whatever you want. Okay. When you click out, it automatically just saves it. Super great. And over here, I would put like maybe our teaks that we're going to be working on this week, and then what they're going to be asked to do as well. Now, if you want to, you got this slide and you want to go to another one, it's just like in PowerPoint, you're going to hit new slide. It's going to pop up and it's going to have the same layout as the first one, just like it used to do in PowerPoint. To change the layout, you just hit layout. And these are your options. Not as many as there is in PowerPoint, but they're still pretty useful and they're a little more customizable. So I like to do, let's do this one. I like this one. I like the two-tone. I feel like it just adds a little bit more pizzazz. So you can put the title here. So if we're going to talk about women's suffrage, be the title of yours, and you can, I like to move it up to the top, utilize as much space on the screen as possible. Okay. And then here's where you could add your text. I'm just going to delete that if I don't use it, especially because my kids aren't going to be in presentation mode. So if I have all those boxes behind things, it might be confusing for them. Now over here, you can add your information. So you could put suffrage means the right to vote. Women did not have vote before 1920. Okay, that's your text. And you're like, okay, well, I want it in bullet point form. All you gotta do is you can either click the whole box, or you can just highlight the text you want in bullet point, and up here, you can add to a bulleted list, just like that. If you don't like the way it looks and you've decided you just don't want that anymore, you can just click it again and it'll go away. Now, some of you are asking, okay, I want to add video in here. That's a great thing. Because Google owns YouTube, inserting YouTube videos on here is so streamlined. It's awesome. I use it all the time in my classroom, especially because I remember when I used PowerPoint, I could only use the hyperlink because you couldn't link like internet videos to your presentation. You could only upload videos that were saved on your computer. And then when you hit the hyperlink, it would open up the YouTube, and then you would have to play it from there and then exit and switch back. Super, just not user-friendly. On here, it's super great because it's already integrated. So all you have to do to add a video is you're going to go to insert once again, you're going to hit video, and they give you 3 options. If you hadn't found the video beforehand, you could just do a YouTube search like you've done, you can do when you go to youtube.com. You could paste in a URL. So say that you found the video in another window, you've copied the URL, you can just paste it right here. Or you can find it if you've maybe made a video and you've uploaded to your classroom, you can always just select it from, you've uploaded it to your drive. You could select it from in here. I don't have any, and so I like to just use my URL. But I'm going to search it because I don't have one saved. So you can do women's suffrage. And it will bring up the same results that you would find if you had just gone to youtube.com. Okay, so I'm going to click this one. And to insert it, you just hit select. All right, and it's going to pop up somewhere on the screen. Now, the great thing about this is that you can resize it, and it doesn't mess with the quality of the video. Okay, I know sometimes when you resize photos, it might make them really blurry or pixelated. It won't do that with the videos. I like to make them as big as possible on my screen, even if that means I move over my text, and that way my video has as much room as I can give it. All right. Now, if you want to edit your video, okay, let's say you only want to show just a small portion of the video, or you want to make it automatically start when you switch the slide. You're going to right click and you're going to go to format options. And this is what will pop up. You're going to go to video playback and it will give you these options. You can change the start time and the end time. Say you just want, maybe it's a huge video all about the progressive movement and you only want one particular party or one particular section of the movement. You could have previewed the video, written down the times, entered them here. Or if you hadn't and you just want to see what it looks like, you can hit play, the video will start playing here, and when you pause it, you can say use current time to start and it will change the time, or you can say, okay, I'm going to keep playing it, and you can say use current time to end it. All that would show in your video was, for me, those 2 seconds. It wouldn't play any longer and it would just automatically stop. If you don't like that, you can always just hit reset to end and it will go all the way to the end. Reset to start, and it will just show the whole video. I love that because sometimes there's portions of the video where they're just talking, they're doing an introduction. The end is just go to my channel, and you don't want that. You can always change it. Some people like to make it when you're in presentation mode as if we're in class, autoplay when presenting. So you wouldn't even have to move your mouse to hit this play button. All you would have to do is that, and when they switch the slide, it would automatically start. For Google Classroom, I don't suggest that, just because sometimes if it automatically starts playing, the kids are going to freak out. And if they try to pause it, maybe they don't hit it correctly and it goes to another slide. And that just causes a lot of frustration. I wouldn't put autoplay, but it's something to think about when we're back in our classrooms when we come back. When you're done, you just hit close. Everything is already saved. And now, if you're in this view, you can just hit the play button and it will start the video. There's no needing to be in presentation mode. There's no need for it to pop up in another window. Super awesome. Okay, and when they click out, it goes back to the start. That's the only thing you'll have to explain to your kids. If they have maybe questions with the video, if they try to write in their questions while the video is going, it will restart to the very beginning. So I just like to remind my students that the questions are there for them to contemplate while they're watching, and then when it's over, they can go and answer them. All right, so now some people are asking about, okay, how am I getting those questions in there for my kids to answer? So I am not doing it high tech at all, okay? All I'm doing is adding another text box for the kids to alter. So all I've been doing is entering a text box right there, okay? And then I just put inside it answer here so the kids know exactly where I want their answer to go. And then so they can actually see the box and know, and it can be very visible, I've gone up and I've changed the border color. Now, since we're talking about women's suffrage, purple is one of the women's suffrage colors. So I picked purple, and then I can choose the border weight. So maybe I want a really thick dark line. I can change it, and it will then look like this. Now the kids know exactly what space they have to write their answer. And when they go to click on it, all they have to do is highlight where I put answer here and put their answer. And when they just click out into the blank area, it will automatically save the text that they've written, because all changes are saved in the drive. That's the great thing about using Google Platform, is that there's no need to hit save. So say the kids need to take care of something, or their mom calls them and they have to go do something, or maybe their sibling needs to borrow the device and they didn't finish the assignment. There's no need for them to have to redo it once they come back to it. Everything will be saved in the drive. And so that's where my kids are just answering their questions. Now, for audio. Now, this was honestly pretty difficult for me to figure out at first. So I want to show you how I've done it. The only downside to Google Slides is you have to have a certain type of audio file for it to be embedded. They only accept WAV files, it's the extension .wav. So they won't accept .mp3, .m4p, whatever other extensions there are. They only accept WAV. And they have to have it pretty much from your drive. So if you want to do that, you can go to Insert Audio. And again, it only shows what you already have in your drive. And so there's that extension you need to look for, WAV. If it's showing the icons in your drive, they're going to be these red headphones. That's how you know that it's compatible. Okay. And so I would just hit that. It selects my file, and I can hit select, and it's going to insert it as this little icon. So if they're hovering, when they're not hovering, it looks like that. When they hover, it gives them the option to play ways the suffragettes would protest, and it will play the audio for them. They click out. All right, and it will restart. So like I said, it's just like videos. They're probably going to have to listen or watch the whole file before they click out, or else it makes them go to the very beginning again. And so that's a great way if you want to add that as one of your accommodations to the assignment, is being able to have it verbally read to them. That way, then they can just listen, and it's all the text. Like I said, it only works for WAV files, so I personally haven't figured out a way to do it on our school computers, but on my personal Mac, I can change the file type before I upload it. So this is what it would look like for our kids. That's definitely not the extent of what you can do on Google Slides. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. You can add in, view. You can make your animations. So say you want it to do a transition. If you want this to animate in, just like you do already, that's an option. So I hope this helps you out a little bit. You can change the file name up here. So you can say like demo 2, okay? And it will tell you where it's saved. You can move it wherever you want it to go. But that's generally how I've been making our slides. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I can answer all and any. And if you need help with any other part, please let me know. All right, thanks.